My name is Jack Turner, and I've learned something about control. People think it comes from rules, from titles, from committees and signatures. But real control comes from understanding what actually holds everything together and what happens when it doesn't. Silver Creek Estates looked perfect from the outside. Clean roads, uniform homes, neatly trimmed edges. Everything organized. Everything structured. At least that's what they wanted people to see. But structures like that only work when the foundation is solid, and this one wasn't. I had been gone for a while, months, long enough for people to forget details, long enough for assumptions to take over. When I came back to the ranch, nothing looked different at first. Same road, same gate, same quiet stretch of land leading up to my property. But something felt off, because the gate didn't open. I slowed the truck, waited, nothing. Then I saw her, Karen Whitfield, standing near the control box. "Watching, you can't enter," she said. I stepped out slowly. "This road leads to my ranch. It's HOA-controlled access now." I looked at her. "No," I said calmly. "It isn't." She crossed her arms. "You've been non-compliant." "With what?" "Community regulations." I almost smiled. "I'm not part of your community." That was the moment everything shifted, because people like Karen don't expect resistance. They expect compliance. "You'll need approval to pass," she said. I didn't move because I already knew where this was going. "I'm going through," I said. She didn't step aside. Instead, she pulled out her phone and called the police. "He's attempting to force entry into a restricted community," she said. I leaned against my truck, silent, because sometimes the fastest way to end something is to let it go too far. The patrol car arrived quickly, lights flashing as it pulled up beside the gate. 2 officers stepped out. Professional. Karen walked toward them immediately. "He's refusing to comply with HOA authority," she said. One of the officers turned to me. "Sir," I pointed down the road. "That leads to my ranch." Karen shook her head. "This is private HOA access." I walked back to the truck, opened the door, pulled out a folder because I had expected this. I handed it over. The officer opened it, started reading. Property records, survey maps, access agreements. His expression stayed neutral at first. Then he flipped another page, then another. Then he paused, looked up, then back down again, because now he was seeing something Karen never checked. The road, the gate, the land beneath it, all tied to one original parcel. Mine. He turned to Karen. "Ma'am, this road is not owned by the HOA." She frowned. "That's not correct." He nodded slightly. It is silence. But that wasn't the real moment. That came next because I wasn't finished. I reached into the folder again, pulled out a document older than everything else, stamped, recorded, original development filing. "This is the formation record," I said. The officer read it carefully, slower this time, more focused. Then he traced a section with his finger and stopped, because now he understood something critical. The HOA was never properly established over this section of land. Its authority depended on access rights that were conditional, and those conditions had been violated. He looked at Karen. "Ma'am, do you have current compliance filings for your HOA authority over this access point?" She hesitated. "That's handled internally." He shook his head slightly. "If those filings aren't valid, enforcement authority may not exist." That was the moment everything shifted, because now it wasn't about me entering the gate. It was about whether the HOA itself had any legal standing left. Karen stepped back slightly, trying to process it. "That's not possible." I met her eyes. "It is." The officers didn't escalate, didn't argue, they just documented, report filed, records noted. Because once something like that is identified, it doesn't stay at the roadside, moves fast within days. The county got involved. Records reviewed, filings examined, authority questioned. And it didn't take long, because when something is built incorrectly from the start, it doesn't take much to expose it. Missing renewals, improper jurisdiction claims, invalid enforcement actions, all tied back to one thing: an HOA operating beyond its legal foundation. The notice came officially clear, direct. Silver Creek Estates HOA had no enforceable authority over key sections of the development, and without that, it couldn't function the way it had been. Control disappeared almost overnight. Meetings cancelled, fines invalidated, rules unenforceable, because without legal standing, an HOA is just a group of opinions. Karen tried to hold it together, tried to maintain control, but control doesn't survive reality. Residents started asking questions. Board members stepped back, and within weeks, the HOA dissolved. No dramatic ending, no final announcement, just gone. Same pattern, different mistake. As for the gate, it's still there, still standing, but now it opens the moment I approach, not because someone allows it, but because no one has the authority to stop it. And every time I drive through it now, I remember something simple. Karen thought calling the cops would reinforce her control, but all she really did was bring attention to something that should have never been questioned. And once that attention reached the right place, everything she thought she controlled disappeared.